Hi, I'm Amy Forsyth with Honolulu Personal Trainer, and the title of this video is Small Space Cardio. Now, you may notice that I'm not in a small space here, and that is because I thought you would appreciate checking out the sweet ocean view at Waialae Beach Park rather than the concrete walls of my tiny apartment. So you can do this outside, you can do this inside. What we're going to be doing are 1-minute intervals of each exercise. The first exercise that we're doing here is a jumping jack. And the thing to keep in mind on the jumping jack is to make sure that you have a nice soft landing, knees are bent, you're not landing with straight legs. If a full minute of jumping jacks is too much for you to deal with, you can always take a jog break, or you can do a low impact version, which is going to be essentially the same motion without the jump. After your minute of the jumping jacks, you're going to move on to the burpee, everyone's favorite. So for the burpee, what you're going to do is you're going to place your hands down on the ground, kick your feet back, do a push-up, kick your feet up to your hands, and then jump up. If that's too challenging for you, you can forget the push-up. If you can't do a push-up on your toes, you can always drop down to your knees and do a push-up there, and then jump up to your hands, jump up to your feet. The other option you have is you can just step back 1 foot at a time if the jumping is too much for you to deal with. So we're going to go for another 30 seconds here with our burpees. And another reason why I wanted to do a cardio video like this is because a lot of my clients often ask me, what can I do for cardio when I don't want to run, or when it's too hot outside, or when the weather is really nasty, I don't have a treadmill, and you can do this. This is also really great for those days when you just cannot drag yourself out of your house and be presentable, but you still want to get a good cardio workout in. The third exercise we're going to do for our 60-second interval is the shuffle. I'm using a medicine ball here, but you don't have to use a medicine ball. You can use a step or a box or a curb or really anything that you can tap one foot on and then switch and tap the other. This is a really self-paced exercise. If you want to make it more intense, you can speed up the pace. If you want to make it less intense, you can slow down the pace. And also something to think about here is that I'm doing this on sand, which is really hard, hence my horrendous grimaces. If you do it on a flat, stable surface, like the floor of your living room or cement, it's going to be a little bit easier because you're not going to have to work as hard to stabilize yourself because that stable surface is doing all the stabilization for you. The fourth and next exercise we're going to do is an alternating lunge. You're going to step forward with 1 foot. Make sure that your knee doesn't go past your toes. You don't want it to be any smaller than a 90-degree angle, your legs with the ground. And then you're going to press back. Then you're going to step forward with the other foot, press back. Now the same principle applies here. On an unstable surface, this is going to be a little bit more challenging. The farther you step out, the harder it is going to be to get back in. And also something you want to think about is keeping your front heel on the ground. You want to press through your whole foot as you step back. You don't want to be lifting your heel up off the ground as you step back. Now your back heel will come off the ground. You can't have both heels cemented on the ground. That's not going to work so well for this exercise. You could also add weights if you wanted to make it a little more challenging. You could hold dumbbells, anywhere from 5 to 35 pounds and up. Okay, so the last exercise we have coming up here is high knees, and these are pretty intense. So your high knee may become a low to mid knee for the last few seconds if you're going for 60 seconds. And if a high knee is too high impact or too challenging for you, you can do this as a standing high knee march. Just make sure that you keep your back flat and you don't start bringing your chest in toward your knee. If you're doing the high knees, you want to make sure you have a nice soft landing. If you're on concrete or a hard surface, you shouldn't really hear a whole lot of noise as your feet come down on that hard surface. So this was a 5-minute circuit, and that's not going to be enough cardio to get you through the day, but if you repeat this circuit 3 to 5 times, depending on how long you want to be doing this and how long you can do it, that's enough time to get in a really great cardio workout. So I'm Amy Forsyth with Honolulu Personal Trainer. Thanks as always for watching.